in this position, I need to force my partner, let his, like, bring the heel all the way outside. So right after I got here, Ryan, mostly he always gonna keep one hand on my face before I try to engage on his leg. So I like to come with 2 hands on his wrist. I'm gonna go all the way up, and after I'm gonna pull him to the side. But the common thing you see, in the time I pull him to the side, I gotta let it go. And I gotta always be able to come back and face me again, or go back, whatever. So in the time I'm doing that, I'm gonna pull him, okay? And I force his arm be diagonal on his front of his body, okay? So in the time I pull, I bring his arm diagonal, and right now, fast as I can, I start to bring one foot, okay? Right after behind his calf, and there I start to engage. One thing I like to do right after I let it go this grip, I like to come with my hand over here under his armpit, and right now I'll start to rotate my head all the way to the side, and I'm gonna end up with that position over here. I'm gonna keep pulling him, and there I'll be able to come to the single leg X over here, okay? So he got here, I pull in diagonal, foot come in, I grab, hand behind. So right now I'm gonna keep pulling, and there I end up on the single leg X. One thing I like to do, I don't like to keep my hip on the floor all day long. I like to try to come with my knee close to my ankle, higher, and I like to come with a C grip over here on my hip and just stay high over here, okay? So right after I got here, a common thing happened. So if I be able to grab on his ankle and bump him in that direction, that's gonna be the first common sweep I do here. I just try to keep my hand heavy here. I have my free hand, okay, behind his calf, and I try to bring my knee close to my toes, and there I be able to sweep Ryan, and I start to involve his foot and start to be on the side, okay? A common thing can happen here right after I end up in that position. So if my partner starts to bring this leg back and I not be able to grab, I just try to involve his foot over here. I'm gonna bring my right leg down, okay? And my left foot between his leg. Right now, look, I'm gonna bring my foot, okay, behind his calf, and right now, after that, I try to open my legs. So here, right after I end up in that position, I'll be able to bring my leg to the spots I really want. Come over here, single leg X. So first thing I'm looking for, if I look for a full lock over here, is make sure if my hand's in the right spot, okay? A common thing I see in the time people do a full lock, people use the soft part of the arm, okay? I like to use kind of that part over here, okay, the knife. So I like to bring my thumb up and I grab on my wrist on top, okay? So right now, what I'm gonna do, a common thing you see, specifically the person come over here, person try to put his both toes on the floor, just rotate a little bit. And right now here, I try to squeeze, and I use all my strength. I got tired, my partner can get on top, and I lost the position. First thing I'm gonna do, I always gonna try to be on the sideways. I keep my foot, okay, my toes outside, pinch my knees, I bring this leg back, and I put on top of his foot, his hip as well, okay? The second thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try squeeze, and the moment I feel I have a really good pinch over here, I'm gonna start to bring my elbow close to my hip, here. Right now, slowly, I use my whole body to finish that position. It's way different than if I got here and just keep squeeze, okay? I can skew back, bring my both feet to the belly. So right now, look, I squeeze my knees, elbow go all the way close to the hip, okay? Go down. Right now, slowly, I keep look over my shoulder, and there I can finish. So my goal always gonna be extend his foot more I can, and there I can get the pop or anything you have to do to make the guy tap. So right after Ryan starts to put my foot on the floor and start to pass his butt over my leg, I always try to keep this leg alive, okay? If you guys see, I always try to keep my toes, okay, over here behind his knee, because right now, look, I already know it's gonna be a little bit harder to tap him right now over here. So I'll be able to extend my leg, grab here, and bring this inside to switch to the opposite leg. That's actually a good drill for you guys start to understand this position. After Ryan do the same thing again. So look, I hook his leg, bring mine inside, and then I'll be able to keep swinging him a little bit back and forth. Okay. So what I like to do specific to my partner, start to clean my foot on top of his hip. I like to bring my hook inside, okay? Bring the elbow. Right now, look, I start to come all the way on that direction. What I like to do over here, specifically, I don't be able to lock my hands right now. I like to keep going up, okay? And I like to keep the pressure all the way on his knee. So pay attention to my toes. And the time I got here, I like to rotate his foot and keep going on that direction, okay? So I like to open my knees more I can. And there, I'll be able to get the rotation. Imagine his foot to go all the way, imagine his knee go all the way to the side. And right now, I'll start to extend his foot all the way on that direction. Let's come to a 50-50 position. In the gi, I can be a big fan to you guys lock your feet on that way. But in no gi, of course, because of the heel hooks, I always like to lock my feet on the opposite direction. So I like to keep my toes like close each other, okay? So one thing you guys always need to concern, if a brown belt, black belt, if you extend like this, you always expose the toe hold, okay? The lock's a little bit tight, okay? Feeling more powerful if you lock it like a triangle over here. Just be careful in the time you guys lock your feet over here. So I always try to keep my outside leg on the top. So if you guys lock here, you can expose like heel hook, toe, like any type of tackle, like a knee bar is actually here too. And of course, for a blue belt, purple belt, you always be able to expose the strength lock, okay? I try to keep my legs like this. So what I'm looking for over here is try to unlock my partner's feet, okay? What I like to do, I like to make this grip on his toes, okay? So I keep seeing a lot of people try to use your both arms to push. So what I'm looking forward over here is don't make any grip, because over here, if I try to bring my hands inside, I'm gonna hold his calf. So I try to grab with my fingers, I point to the ceiling, okay? So I grab exactly on that part of his foot. So if you see, I try to grab exactly here, okay? That little gap that everyone has in the foot. So after I grab there, I'm gonna start to pull one leg to myself and extend my arm. So here, I'll be able to start to involve his foot, okay? So right now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to unlock my feet, okay? And try to bring one foot between his leg all the way here, okay? Right now, I'm not gonna try to go belly down straight. I'm gonna start to like rotate my body. And the moment I feel he start to go to the side, that's the moment I start to go belly down. I start to get here and here. Then right now, I'm gonna keep extend my body and open my knees to make a really powerful strength lock. But some people can ask, Professor, in the time you unlock your feet, he always be able to attack you? Yeah, he do. But if you guys see, I'm have a way better angle than him, okay? And I still keep see people try to step over, okay? Just step over, right? And there you ask to tap way quickly, because over here is the spot I wanna be. Okay, here I just open my knees and I just keep extending my body. One thing you guys always need to understand is open your hand close you can to your chest, okay? Don't keep your hands close to the belly. I like to bring my hand all the way higher and always use the knife of your arm to finish. Don't use the soft part. First thing I'm looking forward over here is every time I'm gonna try to apply that, is force myself to end up on that position. It's a little bit different than strength lock. I have to be on the side, okay? So my goal over here is try to create a room, try to start to bring this hook inside, okay? So right now, way different than strength lock, I have to keep my hands very tight on that position. In this position, I need to force my partner, let his like bring the heel all the way outside. If you see, the heel be kind of like here, okay? And right now, my goal is always grab on my bicep. So if I got here, okay, end up in that position, control his leg, whatever. So specifically, the guy push my foot, I let him grab and I move my hook all the way in. So right after I move my hook, I'm gonna try to extend my leg. And the moment I felt his heel start to come out, I start to grab on my bicep, okay? So one thing I like to do, I grab, okay? Try to come with my hand here, okay, in the front of his foot, and I bring my foot kind of close his hamstring, okay? So the more important over here, the pressure I need to apply with my knee, okay, is gonna be close his knee. So imagine my knee pushing in that direction, and I'm gonna drop my body all the way there. So it's gonna be, so I let his heel come out a little bit. Right now, I would like to pass my leg over, okay? At least to avoid my partner pass his leg on top and rolling and escape. So here I'm gonna make my position very tight. Right now, look, I start to apply the pressure to my knee. So look, my knee comes to the front of his chest. Imagining I'm gonna try to grab here and drop my body all the way to the side, okay? So, got here. If you grab my foot, actually, I let him do that. I just bring my hook inside. But right now, grab my bicep, the hand coming to the front. If you try to pull the leg for himself, exactly. Or if you try to bring the knee close to his chest, that can make it worse, okay? So here, I just gonna keep a drop. And if you end up over here, you just keep lift and can be like a very powerful as well, okay?